We're Threezus, there's three of us. We're weird as fuck and that's our deal. This could go anywhere, so buckle up and Threezus take the wheel.
Okay, fellas, guess what? Our podcast has transcended into the teacher space.
Oh,
because
we learned something.
Yes, this is a podcast. This is a shout out.
This is the podcast.
This is a shout out from Anna on Instagram. Anna says, "Hey, Threezus podcast. First of all, found out my science teacher listens to your podcast.
No fucking way.
Okay, Anna.
I don't know
only-
why that blows my mind.
I know. Yeah, only found out because she was listening to the intro song.
What?
That's a weird thing to just
crazy.
listen to.
Wait,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's just like something she
Oh, she was singing the intro song. I'm so
What?
sorry.
Whoa,
that's
that's
crazy.
not
Is she
reading.
single?
No, Daniel, don't do that.
Wait, which
No,
part was
too
she
much
singing?
sound.
She goes, dum, 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 dum,
I mean,
dum,
probably.
dum. Yeah.
I think two things that's crazy about that. The first
Yeah.
thing is anytime you realize you and your teacher listen to the same
Yeah.
piece of media, that's probably a trip.
Yeah,
but
also
also
because like our listenership's not like in the millions, so it's
right,
like,
yeah,
you know,
totally.
yeah.
I also would just be really surprised. I don't know why, but in my mind, science teacher is so much more of a serious title than I would ever expect a Threezus listener to be.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I guess so.
Like it opens a whole new universe for me where I'm
Yeah.
picturing like doctors,
yeah.
You know,
Professors.
People listen to us while they're like doing their like dissertations. Or, like,
Yeah, right.
the
Priests.
thesis.
I'm-
Yeah,
it's
monks. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
entering my head all the different contexts people can listen to us make fart
Astronauts.
jokes. Yeah, right.
Threezus in space.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Ooh, I mean, it's the
Well,
only
okay,
podcast.
sorry,
so,
I
yeah.
totally derailed that.
No, it's
but-
okay. I have also they say, second of all, I want to see Mason or Daniel or both sing
Kiss.
part of Dream Me Back or VIP. My song.
Wait.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Here's the quiz. Daniel, do you know?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay.
What if I
I'm a bad
fall in love?
There it is.
What if I want it bad?
There it is.
What if the only human I've been dreaming of won't dream me back? I did it.
There it is.
There it
Yay.
Was that the right
Nice.
key at all?
It was close.
was
Probably.
close, okay.
Human, I've been dreaming.
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
no, I got it. I need you
Oh,
to
man.
be
Okay.
yourself before the storm.
Yeah,
so,
so-
if no one knows what that is because it's from 2012.
Do you still have it on your YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
it's on YouTube and
That
it's
was
still on
10 years
Spotify as well.
ago.
Yeah, so that was a song that I did. I had two songs that I released in 2012, which is the summer but between my freshman and sophomore years of
Right.
college, called "My Fondest Farewell" and "Yourself Before the Storm."
And we love as a friend group to reference them all the time because they're
at
the
parties and yeah.
Because Danny doesn't actually make cringy music, so we have to just go for the low-hanging fruit.
I mean, those
and
were the first songs you ever
released.
wrote.
I was 19. Yeah.
And for the first songs, those are really,
they're really good
yeah.
first tries, but they're the
Yeah.
cringiest Danny's music can get because
Yeah.
like everything else past
Watch
that point
me.
got better.
Watch me,
you
bitch.
know?
Watch me. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we like to spam it like a meme.
Yeah, so because they would do it at parties too. Which the thing is, neither of them are party songs.
Right.
I don't think they. Yourself Before a Storm's closer because it has a full band.
No, neither of them are parties at all.
But yeah, but they would play them at our acapella parties constantly, and
Yeah.
it'd be something where I'd have to be like, God damn it, fuck shit, yourself, and then I would start singing. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, you can be like Anna ARP.
Anna Arp.
Anna R. dot
AARP?
And you can send us a DM at Threezus Podcast on Instagram. You can also I'm doing Mason's job. I feel like you're
Please,
usually
go
the
for
one
it.
who
Oh,
does
you're
it.
doing great.
Plug it.
You
I
can
sang
also
your song, so-
you can also shit your fucking pants.
No, that's not what I sound like. That's not what I sound like.
Yeah. You can also give us a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts. With a little description and everything there.
Yeah.
You can follow us. You can interact with our polls and stuff on Spotify. I don't know. I'm looking at Mason
Absolutely.
now.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
You can also follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/Threezus, which is the best way. I'm talking so fast that I said
No, you're doing great.
patreon.com/Threezus.
Oh, no.
Patreon.com/Threezus.
You can be like Anna and thank you, Anna.
The whole thing again.
No. But you
was
should be like
terrible,
Anna
Danny.
because you're Anna. You're awesome. You're our
Yes.
shout out of the week. Also,
So
shout
is
out to
your science teacher. Yeah.
We have so little to go off of for identifying features, but Anna's science teacher
Is sick.
You also sick. And
Yeah,
you also
yeah.
our weekly shout out.
I
this
hope you're
week.
listening to
Science.
this episode and that you didn't
I
get tired
hope
of
you're
it.
a little mortified that your student listens to the same podcast.
Yeah.
You do.
Especially when the podcast is us going fart,
Yeah, exactly.
dick ass
Yeah.
fart.
I'm
Totally,
imagining like was it Miss Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle, yeah.
Yeah, from Magic School Bus.
Yeah. Right on the
I
Magic
guess
School Bus.
I guess the rule of thumb that expresses my mind blownness is like if there's anything dignified about the person listening to our podcast, I instantly think it's funny.
Yeah.
Because
That's fair.
Because we're so stupid.
Because I
The Pope.
don't bring the most
Oh, the
dignified
Pope would be
sides of
great.
myself to this podcast
Yeah.
at all.
Right.
Anyway, so
All right, who can create the best fart noises?
I have a hot take.
Oh, we
friends.
know.
Friends,
We know
I'm going to
that.
kick us off
We
with a
know.
hot take.
Yes.
It's hot take
Let's hear
time
it, let's
already.
hear it, let's hear it.
Check your watches. It's hot take time. Hot takes
Uh-oh.
only.
Oh, shit.
My hot take What the fuck was it? Oh yeah. So my hot take. Sorry.
All right.
I'm sloppy today.
Yeah, that's right.
So my hot take. It's not even that hot of a take, maybe.
Okay.
But basically, songs that are cheesy, like labeled cheesy, they're not labeled cheesy because they're bad.
Okay.
They're labeled cheesy because their cheesiness score outscaled the quality score.
Oh.
So like a song can be good, but also universally disliked as too cheesy because it's like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 song quality.
And a 9 out of 10
But it's like a
cheesy.
9 out of 10 out of 10 cheesy.
Sure,
Dripping in Velveeta.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
Nice.
"Ew."
Ew, what the
Like,
fuck?
Yeah, so
At least be white truffle. Come on.
my
I don't
go-to example, it's only my go-to because I know people have heard it, but
Sure.
Perfect by Ed Sheeran is, in my opinion, a little too cheesy for its novelty.
Interesting.
Like, I think
funny
it's a
'cause
good song.
It's a huge song.
Oh, I have
yeah.
a hot take. I don't like that song.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
I
like
know
your
Daniel
even
doesn't
hotter
like that
take
song.
is you don't really like Ed Sheeran that much.
Oh yeah, Fight
Yeah.
me.
Fight you, yeah.
I think I like Ed Sheeran, although I personally think Shape of You is a pile of steaming poo-poo.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like we've discussed how poopy that is. Yeah.
I'm not going to harp on that, but I will say that I think when songs are like reviled for being cheesy,
Yeah.
it's not a comment on the quality. In fact, I think quality and cheesiness are independent variables. And I think that a song can get really cheesy and you'll still like it if it's like good enough for it.
Okay.
You know?
What would you say like is like a standard deviation of cheesiness? Because like it's pretty
Ooh.
subjective.
No, totally.
You know?
So is good.
Yeah.
That's
So
subjective
like,
too.
what's the maximum delta?
But
there
like,
can be
okay,
there?
so
You
I
know?
understand what you're saying,
Wow.
Daniel, and I'm sure everyone does, especially our
Yes.
science teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
But
What's up, Miss
I'm
Frizzle?
channeling science.
Yeah.
But I guess it is, of course, subjective, and I think it's like whatever good means to you and whatever cheesy means to you, they got to be in balance for you to be tolerant of the cheese.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay.
you get lactose intolerant. You get the
Oh,
shit.
I was gonna make
you know?
that joke.
Nice.
That's a
Like,
good one,
Daniel and I listened to "Grow as We Go" by Ben
Oh,
Platt,
yeah.
featuring
I like
Sarah
that song.
Bareilles.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
But it's real cheesy, right?
It is, yeah.
It's very like, oh, I hope y'all are getting a wedding in the near future, so you can play this
I
song
don't know
at
if this
it.
makes
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
though. I feel like it's cheesy in the right way.
Sure. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
also be cheesy in a way that feels sentimental
Like
and
positive
genuine.
cheese.
Yeah.
I feel like my song VIP is pretty fucking cheesy.
Yeah,
The
but
one
I
that
think it
Daniel
works.
doesn't know.
I think it
Yeah,
works
yeah,
because it's catchy.
Feeling
yeah.
very VIP.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
Thank you for finding me. Yeah.
So like I think, for example, Danny, if it was like super generic and forgettable, which I do not think it is,
yeah.
I think you would get criticized for its cheesiness. But really what they're saying is that it's cheesier than it is novel.
Oh, sure.
Well,
sure.
yeah, and also the cheesiness is only in the lyrics, which is something that I don't listen to. So to me, it's
Daniel
not
doesn't
cheesy.
listen to lyrics at all. Did
I
you guys
don't
know
not
that?
really.
Dang.
I'm really curious as to like how our listeners listen to music
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Because what I've learned
You're
over
gonna say
time.
listen to our podcast.
No.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the words.
Wow. Yeah. So it's
Just
just
the
like
vibes. Yeah.
We're Charlie Brown parents.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown parents to everybody.
Yeah. That's funny.
No, like because I also don't listen to lyrics very much, but our housemate Cordelia, who's also a musician, definitely listens to lyrics and
Right.
pays a lot of attention to the poetry of them.
Oh yeah.
And like that's just not super relatable to me or Daniel, but especially Daniel, who has argued before that he's lyric blind even.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I don't know if I went that far, but I will say that Cordelia and I are probably the most distant you can get musical
that
taste
scale.
wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you're just all instrumentation and melody?
I just really like Polyphia
Yeah.
dropped their new album. I think it's amazing.
Daniel's
Right,
a
and they
texture
literally
girl.
don't have
Yeah,
don't
like
have lyrics
texture.
in most of their a lot of their songs.
Yeah,
right?
it's instrumental.
Yeah, they
only.
don't have any
Yeah,
vocals.
yeah.
Well, they have very few vocals.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm a Ben and Jerry's
Interesting.
texture girl.
Daniel is a texture girl with
Yeah.
You know
food
about
and
that?
music.
With Ben and Jerry's?
What about Ben?
Either Ben or Jerry didn't have a good sense of taste, so like he always
Oh.
wanted.
That's why their
to
ice
have-
creams are flavor bombs.
Oh.
and also like have different
Texture bombs?
things in them to make the texture
Oh.
interesting.
I did not know that. Thank you, Daniel.
You're
At least
welcome.
I learned something today.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that was our podcast.
Yeah,
Daniel,
yeah.
I see you've written here that you want to talk about
yeah.
something.
Yeah, it
Is
just
there-
says Daniel.
Daniel, is there
talking
anything
point.
you'd like to tell me? That's probably not how that leads in at all.
Wait,
I just
what?
I
It's
took a
stage
wild
4.
swing
Yeah,
at
yeah.
setting the stage for Daniel's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
point.
yeah.
We were having a conversation about one of our friends.
Okay.
Actually in the
shit.
car.
Talking
Yeah.
absolute shit. No, we weren't talking shit.
And about like relationships.
Oh, we're
and,
talking shit.
Like
No, we weren't.
our like feelings around the relationship, and that
Yeah.
got me thinking. Like,
Oh.
I wonder if we can like, okay, well, first of all, are we in control of our emotions? Like, what do you guys think?
Oh, like just as a philosophical question?
Yeah, are you
Oh,
able?
gosh.
I think you can
Do you have
influence
the ability
them.
to control your emotions?
I think the most natural thing is that our emotions lead us.
Okay.
But I do think that you can influence them at least a little bit.
As
Okay.
well as
But not
how
completely?
they affect you, I think.
I don't think
too.
you can completely dictate your own emotions, but I do think you can moderate them.
Yeah, I don't think you can choose to be like, especially if there's a bunch of shitty things happening in your life. I don't think you can choose to actively be happy in that moment.
Right.
If you're just like, I'm gonna be happy. Like I don't
Right.
know if that's you're actually able to change
Yeah.
that about yourself.
Yeah.
I think you can change the way that emotions manifest themselves in your behavior.
Uh-huh.
This also might be a hot
But-
take time, but I don't even think happy is an emotion. I think it's like an aggregate thing.
Oh, happy is
I think
yeah.
happy and like love are like not really emotions. They're like states of
right or in love
aggregation.
I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, but I get what you're saying in general.
Yeah.
That's my other hot
Yeah,
take.
I don't
Hot take
know.
time's never over.
I can't.
it's always
yeah,
hot
yeah,
take
yeah.
time.
I'm always like horny, so I guess I can't really control my emotions
Yeah.
in that way.
No,
Yeah.
I think-
I don't know.
I think personally, I think you can always influence your emotionality at least a little bit.
Mhm.
And I also personally find it really distasteful when I learn that someone has a totally resigned attitude toward their emotions.
Interesting.
Like for people who
Wait,
are
what?
like,
resigned attitude
oh,
towards their
sorry, I
emotions?
should elaborate. I mean, I think there are people who
They're like,
believe
it's whatever, man.
I think there are people who believe that they could not possibly control their emotions at all.
Oh, okay.
And so they make no attempt whatsoever
Uh-huh.
to
Oh.
moderate how they feel
Like
and how they
people with
express
like anger
themselves.
management issues.
Yeah,
And
and I think they often tell themselves like, "What? I mean, I'm gonna be angry. I can't not be angry."
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe you can't not at all be angry, but you could do better than this.
Sure.
And if you don't push yourself to do any better than this, I think that's kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really like that in a person.
That's
much,
fair.
you
That's
know?
fair.
Also, part of it was I was watching Dr. K, who's a great YouTuber, Twitch streamer,
Okay.
psychologist.
Dr. K.
He's a gamer psychologist. He,
Dr. Mehmet
his-
Oz, running for Senate and didn't get it.
Wait, what?
That's Dr. Oz. He's talking about
Oz.
Dr. Oz.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
talking about Kim Kardashian. That's who you mean by
Dr.
Dr.
K.
K. right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what the Kardashians and
Yeah.
her big booty was just saying like I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry,
She's farting?
Her
she
big booty
said-
was speaking. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. Hi, science teachers of America.
yeah. Please play this in front of your class. Yeah.
he was talking about the benefits of detaching yourself kind of from your emotions, which
Our
sounds,
boy sounds Buddhist.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's Indian and he does like incorporate a lot of like Buddhist ideologies and beliefs into his
Okay.
practice.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. It sounds kind of weird to say like to detach yourself, like and
In Buddhism, it's a positive word.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that it's a strange idea because usually in our English language and usage in America, like it has kind of a negative connotation.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
sounds apathetic.
Yeah. But I think that there is power in seeing your emotion and like making a mental effort to be like, I know I feel this way, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be detached from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
If it's bad.
the way I think of detachment as a positive is I feel like it just acknowledges that there's more to you than just the raw emotional reaction you're feeling when you see things, you
Yeah.
know, or when you react to things. And like in that context, I view detachment as acknowledging that there are more sides to you than just the angry reactor. There's also a part of you that's able to like step outside and look at yourself and ask yourself if this is how you want to be acting right now.
Yeah.
It's not like that side's always going to win, but you should acknowledge that it exists.
Emotions and honing in on your emotions, I think, especially is something that actors do a lot, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Where are you going?
okay.
I'm going to our next thing, which is box office opposites. Which I will take credit
Box
for
office.
renaming it.
Box office opposites.
Box office, yeah, boo is what it's called.
Yeah.
For sure.
Remind me how this game works.
Box
Wasn't
office opposites. This is yours.
Softer, a weaker, a slower.
but for movies.
but
yeah.
for movies
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
I
So
guess
it was
I guess box office opposite. It's easier to say than the other one.
softer,
I can't
slower,
speak
worse,
English.
weaker, whatever it
I,
is.
that one.
Yeah.
I love when our like we play the same game but
We just keep on
reappropriate
naming
it
it
to a new
different
thing
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
rename
yeah.
it completely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
But anyways.
box office opposites, right, is where
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the title of a movie, but all of the words are going to be opposite from an actual
Yeah.
film, and you have to tell me
They're all
what film it is.
flipped. Okay, cool.
It's a speed-based thing. See between the two of you which one can get it first. I
Yeah.
believe I have 7 of them here.
I am
so
ready.
let's get into it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Starting with some easy ones. Frown.
Smile.
Oh, that was
Tie.
a tie.
We'll
Yeah,
call it a tie,
yeah. So that one was an easy one. Yeah.
Slow-mo cam?
New movies. Hey, hit that slow-mo cam. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Replay.
Replay. Smile. Them.
Us.
Fuck. You guys are so fast.
We really
yeah,
need
yeah.
a replay camera.
Yeah. Replay cam. All
No,
right.
I like it. I like it.
The repelling.
The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Let's
Very
go.
nice. Very
I
nice.
sense
go.
a theme going on here.
Those were more like
I'm
horror.
getting styled on.
This one's not
very
horror.
styled on.
The amorphousness of air.
The Shape of Water.
Yeah, dang, we're busting through these. All right,
We're busting.
dude. This is all we got. We're at the end of our podcast too.
That's fine.
All right. The first water breaker.
The Last Airbender.
Oh, I just did
baby.
instead of band I put break. You know, band and
Okay.
break. Yeah.
Oh, that makes
First
sense.
water breaker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the last.
That sounds like the first one of an adult friend group to have a baby.
Yeah. I was going to say like the first baby ever born.
Oh, no.
was the first water
Yeah.
breaker.
Nice, nice.
The Legends.
The legends. Okay, this one's this is a massive stretch, but I'll see if you guys. Okay,
I love it.
do-gooders of mainland China.
What?
Or do-gooders of the mainland of mainland Europe.
What?
I want to say like sinners of mainland Europe.
It doesn't matter.
It
It's
Sin City.
no.
Doesn't
no.
fucking matter, guys.
Do-gooders.
Do-gooders, because there's no actual like
Thieves.
or I guess
Or
you could
the
say
mainland,
another way that people do opposites with the actual word would be ninjas of mainland
Pirates
China.
of the Caribbean.
Oh, I
Instead of
understand now.
Pirates are
It's
yeah.
like a chain of islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, mainland
Okay.
China?
Mainland anything, yeah.
mainland-
What China?
Well, it's really far away.
Yeah, I was thinking of like
okay.
opposites. Although I guess I looked up
Pirates
like
of the
what is the opposite of the Caribbean on like the
That's
on the Earth.
funny. I like
It's like
that.
it's
It's
an
just a
island
town.
off the coast of like Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
decidedly won this one then, right?
Yeah,
Or
there's one more.
There's
There's
one
one
more.
more.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Okay, this one also might be a little tough. The peasant's old stillness.
The rich,
Or
young,
disarray.
Crazy Rich Asians.
No, no.
Disarray opposite Asian.
He said it. He said it. Not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Order of the Phoenix.
No.
I should
so
stop, just
stillness, or this one was tough. Lack of good rhythm. The peasant's old
Movement.
lack of good rhythm.
What?
This one was tough, but I wanted to do it.
Oh, The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Peasant, emperor,
Yeah, yeah.
old, new, and then I was trying to figure out the opposite of groove.
Was that the last one?
That was the last
So
one.
I think Daniel still won by one.
Okay.
Which is funny because I got really pumped up for the last round to
Yeah, yeah.
realize that I was playing for lose by one or lose by two.
Everyone keeping score at home. They're like,
you-
"Why is Mason so stoked?
Yeah,
You
like,
Could
fucking
have done
lost."
like Bevel or something like
That's
that.
what I was thinking, like bevel. I was thinking take it groove that way, but I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe more musical groove would make
Yeah,
more
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Right
but
on, right on.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah.
was fun. Thank you,
Yeah,
Danny.
yeah. Thank you guys for
what was
playing along.
like three ones ago? Like what was?
Oh, you had the first water breaker, the last Airbender. You
Oh,
had,
water?
I was gonna say, do you guys think it's better to be like the first in your friend group to have children, or like more like later on to have, you know what I mean?
like where's the sweet spot? Probably not the first. Although no, but then everyone's like really excited about
I feel
it.
like
though,
it's,
'cause you get the-
yeah. I feel like your baby's gonna be hype as fuck.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then also
Yeah, it's gonna be less
hype
special when
baby.
you're in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah, yeah.
And then also like B, you'll have like more like aunties and uncles who are free to babysit.
Right, right.
So I think it's better to be first. But
mhm.
I will say that like no hand-me-downs, which can be rough because babies like grow really fast.
That's true.
Yeah,
So every
yeah.
like 2 months they need new clothes.
Yeah, that's
It'd be
fair.
kind of sick to just like not need
yeah,
to do
yeah,
that.
to get that
Yeah.
from
Unless
someone
everyone else's baby is dressed uggo, you know?
else. My friends'
Our
babies
baby
are
needs
dressed
to be
uggo.
fire, you know?
Yeah, our baby needs to be fire.
Yeah.
When this baby drops, I'm gonna
When
need
this
a
baby
lot of fucking hype around it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, it just
No,
made me want
that's
to
a good
ask
that's
you
a good
guys.
question. I think about that.
I'm trying to plan when I have a child,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
basing it on your
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh,
One thing
okay.
that made me think about though before we adjourn,
Okay.
is so like I don't feel a lot of.
Me neither.
All right. Anyway, yeah.
I'm dead inside.
Yeah. I don't feel a lot of like pressure to get married and have kids at the moment, but mostly I think on my dad's side, for example, because I have 3 cousins who are still older than me and unmarried. So I feel like until all 3 of
There's
them are
hope
married,
to
then I'm like,
continue the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and then like there's no pressure until like the pressure's on my oldest cousin who's not married right now, but there are 3 of them until me, so I'm still like.
I don't know if I told
Pretty
this
good.
story on the podcast, but my grandma, shout out Lalo.
Lalo.
She's like an old rural Chinese woman,
Mm-hmm.
so like her worldview ain't changing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
like I think my current girlfriend, the first time she met her, my grandma like truly aligned as though it was small talk in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, oh, like where are you from? How old are you? Why haven't you had 4 children yet? Like it was very
Specifically
Yeah,
4
well,
yeah.
she was just like at the
I
time.
did when I was your age,
We
yeah.
were
You
like,
don't look
we were like
pregnant.
in our
Yeah.
mid-20s, and she was like, mid-20s? That's
gonna
multiple
die
children
soon.
territory.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
That's a lot of sauce.
Like, wow,
And
you're
I-
what, 70s, 80s?
yeah, I thought it was just really funny that she was, like, it didn't even occur to her that maybe that's not the optimal thing to say someone you just met.
Didn't she also just like start speaking to her in fluent Chinese, like not even caring?
Oh, she doesn't
that...
speak a word of English, so she often just like says stuff at people, and someone steps in to translate it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's great. We love Lalo.
Mm-hmm. We do love Lala. I've never met Lala, but I will.
she's a
I'll
riot.
tell her the like 4 things I know in Mandarin, and she'll be like, oh, what the?
They're
fuck?
all like swearing
that.
based, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Also,
Hello,
very
Lala, I'm a
self-deprecating.
dumbass.
she would be of the opinion that you're like you must be barren or something if you haven't had like 20 kids by the time you're 30 or whatever. You know.
你好, Lala. 我是一个傻逼.
I hope you're here listening, Lalo. Danny just called himself a dumb cunt. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, glad we kept it light at the end. Daniel, is there anything you'd like to say to those at home?
So is the water breaker the mother or the child?
Why haven't you had kids yet? Why haven't you had kids yet?
Yeah.
All right.
I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, no matter how many kids you do or don't have.
Oh, wow.
Science teacher, I hope you play this out loud in class next time.
Yes, please.
Ding 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 ding.